Joe from Life Fitness Management. As you can see, I'm going the show alone today. Earlier today, I was asked a question on the radio that I addressed with a little bit of story, and I wanted to dive into it a little deeper. The question I was asked is, what can a person expect whenever they come to Life Fitness Management or sign on to be a part of Life Fitness Management's Fresh Start program? So I started out, and I want to start out with this, talking about what to not expect. This is not a quick fix. It's not a wing, bang, boom, whiz, bam, boom type of program that's going to give you all the results you can stand in 6 weeks with simple 3-4 steps. It requires some work. It requires some effort. And I think there are too many, for lack of better terminology, lies. You know, I see this stuff on the internet, on Facebook, quick fix here, do this, do these 3 things, and you're going to get all these results. And some of them may be effective, and most of them are not. And in the world where everybody's skeptical of everything, I think it's really important to understand what's going to happen. And I'm going to do that with a little bit of a story that I hope resonates with people. Anything worth having in life requires work. And most people will agree with me, especially of my age or older. We have a great understanding that it requires some effort on your part. I remember as a kid, very young, 7 years old, my dad had lost his job for 20 months, and we didn't have a lot of money to start with, but when he wasn't working for 20 months at his job, things got really tight. And I remember him doing things. My dad had a lot of skills, and I've talked about my dad on here on numerous occasions. One of the skills that he had was he was able to fix things. And honestly, he learned that skill through necessity because he had to fix things to be able to get to work. He had to fix things because he couldn't afford to buy new. So he became very handy. And, 20 months in, the money was running out and nobody was coming to fix it but him. And so I saw him do something back then that I didn't appreciate as a child near like I do now as an older person, as a parent of children of my own. But he got a wheelbarrow and he got some holes dug and started mixing cement and poured a footer and started laying blocks, and this was January, so the temperatures outside were not pleasant for this type of work. But what he knew was he was working on people's vehicles and things, and he had no place out of the elements to do it, and it was very hard for him to do it. And he was using other people's garages, and that wouldn't work. So he went to work, and he built a garage. And the long story short, I watched him labor over that for a long time. I work hard. I remember him in a Nord's toboggan, beard frozen, mixing concrete in conditions that you shouldn't be mixing concrete in. And I tell you that story because my dad went to work because it meant something to him. He knew that if his family was going to eat, if we as kids were going to enjoy Christmas, not that that's, getting gifts is not the most important thing in life, but what I can tell you is when we sat there and opened gifts on Christmas Day and sat around the dinner table when we were able to eat supper and had plenty of food on the table and we were able to do the things because he spent the time out there working on that garage in conditions that weren't conducive to joy and happiness. The smile, the joy, the happiness that he got from all that hard work putting it together was very important to me. My wife and I, Lisa, we drove by where I grew up, that home, where that garage was 45 years ago. That garage is still there, and they're still working out of that garage. And it's important to tell the story because there was a lot of work involved. And I tell you that story because A health and fitness program is going to require work. It's going to require you to put forth some effort. You're going to have to do things that you don't necessarily want to do. But I promise you, the rewards, as my dad sat there and watched us open our gifts and sat there and watched us eat the food that we may not have had he not done that, the joy he got from that is a huge part of the reason why he was out there. And I think people have to understand that if you're signing on for a health and fitness program that is going to give you fast results with very little effort, you're going to get very little results, and you're not going to put in effort. In essence, you're not going to get rewarded by it. And it's important to understand that your health is the most important thing in your life. So whether you do it with Life Fitness Management or whether you do it on your own, your health is important. Be careful what sort of programs, promises that you fall for. Research it, understand it, sit down with somebody that has your best interest at heart, that has a conversation with you. We've worked with somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 plus people, and every one of them are different. And there are parallels for sure. And we know a lot of techniques to get them going, but we don't know the specific technique that will get you going until we sit down and have a conversation with you. But there are rewards out there for a good quality health and fitness program, whether you do it with us or whether you do it with somebody else. Think about how important your health is. Think about the amount of effort that you want to put forward in your life to keep yourself healthy for the people around you that rely on you, that count on you, that you're trying to support and you're trying to be your best version of yourself for. And then go to that program that gives you the value that you believe you deserve. And I think you'll be in a really good spot. And again, this is not a sales pitch for Life Fitness Management. This is a sales pitch for value of your health. Don't fall for the lies. Being healthy, living a healthy lifestyle takes effort and it takes work. But that work is greatly rewarded with future health. So take advantage of that. I hope the story relates a little bit. I know I can sit back as a parent now of my own kids and recognize why my dad was out there mixing that concrete in the snow and in the cold, because he loved and cared about us. Make sure that you understand that you have a great value in your health and you have to love and care for yourself. And sometimes that's hard. And you want to make sure that you're in a position or in a program that's going to do that for you. That's it from Life Fitness Management. We look forward to seeing you. If you have a question, give me a call.